I buy the new 8-bit Do N64 controller. I didn't, but I've heard good things about it. On one hand, I kind of do want to try it out because I actually do kind of like the way it looks. It looks like it might actually be good. But at the same time, I don't know what my use case would be for it because I'm gonna use a GameCube controller for almost everything N64 related anyway. Like, I feel like the only use case for it would be like if I play N64 games, non-N64 games on emulator. Oh my god. But even then, like, usually, you know what? Just reset that. Like, usually if I want to play an N64 game, I'd rather play it on EverDrive than on emulator. I have always said 8-bit Do. 8-bit Do sounds weird. 8-bit doo-doo. Haha, got him. People Pal leave? No, stay. People Pal stay for one more minute. See, let him Pal. Hold. See, that's for all the Pals that believed and stayed. I do not watch my own VODs to fall asleep. I don't watch anything in particular to fall asleep. I fall asleep the old-fashioned way, without any stimulation in bed. There's nothing to about. I know, I'm so boring. Just laying in bed to fall asleep. Do I reset if I'm falling behind on falling asleep? Unfortunately, I do not. Sometimes maybe that would be a good solution. Usually, I'm good at falling asleep. I usually don't have too much trouble. Usually. Lucky me, I know. I hear a lot of people these days have issues. I mean, I occasionally will have issues, but I can usually fix them. Why does it say I've been up for 336 hours? Twitch uptime can be a bit odd sometimes. Sometimes it forgets to reset. No, I'm just doing a really long subathon right now. Subathon's been going on for 300 hours, guys. Raise the timer. Am I aware the JXQ test turns 20 soon? Oh my god. Dang. Yeah, JXQ only commentated the test, but I mean, let's be real. That's what we all know the test for at this point. Do I have any plan to rejoin an esports org or similar? Maybe if some reach out to me, but probably not, just because I don't quite have a lot of faith in the esports business model. At the very least, I would not reach out to one. If one reached out to me and they had a good offer... Come on. Dude. Hardest trick in the game. Dude? What is going on? It's not that hard. That was so bad. But yeah, if one reached out to me and they had a good offer, maybe. But I don't think I will be reaching out to any because, yeah, esports, I don't know. Esports teams, I think, are there any speedrunners still on esports teams? Because I feel like there was a time where speedrunners started getting on esports teams. I was the first, by the way. And then there was, you know, a big surge of speedrunners getting on esports teams, and then I feel like they all kind of got dropped. And now I feel like esports don't really care about speedrunners anymore. But yeah, esports as a whole, I know that esports as a whole is not really doing super hot right now. It feels like if they're really big and they're in the league or something, they're good. Otherwise, it's not as simple. How does the esports team make money off speedrunning? I'm fairly sure their revenue streams are advertising and merch, and for speedrunners, it was, at least on CLG, at least, it was purely advertising. I don't think we had any merch. So, yeah, I mean, on the advertising side, at least from what I heard, it's not too bad. Like, if you get a decently large streamer that has ads on the stream for a while, like, the advertising return is actually fairly decent, I think, at least from what I heard. Really? Dude. The number of times that pausing one frame late can just kill the run right here is so annoying. I even was 2 frames early there, so I somehow did a 3-frame buffer, which is so bad. I dream that someday we will have a better cutscene skip there. Forest cutscene skip's always the worst, because it's the one, I think it's the one that, like, we don't truly have a non-frame perfect answer for. Because all the other ones, we can call the warp, which significantly makes it easier to get a one-frame setup. But you just can't call the warp in Phantom Ganon's room because it's so much smaller. There's just no way to call it, and because of that, we have to be framed. Like, there is technically, if you get Iron Boots, you can do a backup. That's not one frame. But guess what category, what the only category is that gets Iron Boots that could actually use it there. It's not this one. Yeah, Defeat Ganon SRM gets Iron Boots for the Force Mailing cutscene skip. That's correct. Hardest trick is pause buffering. I know that there was actually some analysis done a while ago on pause buffering, on like how easy it is, how easy or hard it is to get consistent buffers. And apparently, at least specifically for VC, apparently the pause buffering is always variable. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. There's always going to be some variability to it, at least on VC. I think on every version. And the window to consistently get the exact same pause buffer every single time, taking into account variability, was like 6 milliseconds or something. So like the true actual window to be 100% consistent all the time is actually incredibly small. Well, it's not that it's... That's only for like getting, if you wanted to get a one frame buffer 100% of the time, no matter the circumstances. Like most of the time, I think like the majority of the time the window for a one frame buffer is significantly larger than that. It's just like, if you want to cover even the absolute worst edge case scenarios, then it's only like a very tiny fraction of a second. But I swear that Phantom Ganon's room is worse than usual. Yep, I'm skipping the hints. I already read the spoiler log. Yep, I know that Hammer's in Fire Temple. I know that Boomerang's in Jabu. I know that Light Arrows is in Temple of Time. Yeah, I'm already in go mode. I already know where everything is I need to beat the game. Do I have thumb pain from years of mashing? I do not. My hands are seemingly perfectly healthy. I do not get hand pain. Surely they won't fall apart any day now. I mean, I figure with how long I've been speedrunning this game, if they're fine now, I don't think anything is gonna happen to them. What if I get into an accident? Well, there's always a chance. I'm talking more about just from typical wear and tear. Gonna tear my hands apart. But yeah, my hands are fine. I have no hand pain. No wrist pain either. The one time I ever had hand pain, it was from a mouse I had that was just too small for my hand. And it was just cramping up. And I remember when I had that, I wasn't sure what was causing it yet, and I remember playing OOT would actually help my hand pain, and that made me realize, oh wait, it's probably my mouse. Because for some reason I just had like a tiny mouse. I think I just tried to get like a really cheap mouse, and it ended up being really tiny. Now I have a regular average size mouse, and it is fine. Yep, OOT is good for your hands. Torge would disagree. Does Torge have hand pain from OOT? I remember a long time ago, there was an event, I think it was PACE, like one year I went to PACE, and I was talking with Torge about this, and I realized that Torge like held his controller really tightly, and I didn't realize this at the time, but Torge said that I held my controller really lightly, which is probably why I don't really have hand pain, because I hold the controller really lightly, which I didn't even realize until it was pointed out to me. But I knew that was gonna happen. Very cool. As soon as I saw the fire, I'm like, this is over. But yeah, the secret, I think, is just hold the controller lightly, which I know is easier said than done for people. But yeah, that probably helps. If I go under a heart, it's over. I am so lucky. Dude, I am not lucky. Okay, now it's super over. This is the worst Dampé has ever owned me. I'm gonna die from the crush. I'm gonna lose my bottle in B. I guess there's a chance I have like 1 in 1/16. No. That's a new one. Forgot the skull check in Goron City. I already got a hint that Goron City was barren. Actually, this is bad because Half a Heart Less is normally fine, but I don't have the text in this room now because I lost it in Death and Crater. Okay, this is gonna be really close. This is gonna be very sketchy. I gotta go really fast here and make this. Yeah, I didn't trust that, but I had no choice. I was pretty sure that camera was not gonna work, but I didn't have time to adjust it. I had to just go with what I could, with what I had. Dude. Please? Please? Hardest trick in the game. Back then, Jeezy's only like 3 years old, right? No, Jeezy is like... I think the OG version of Jeezy might be approaching like 10 years. I want to say the very first version of Jeezy was like 2016. Oh my god, I'm losing time on this split. This should be free time save every time. Jeezy 0.1.0 was September 2016. Yep, see, I knew it. So yeah, it's almost 9 years old. Just about 9 years old. 9 years old and we still don't have Jeezy 1.0. It's still on like 0.3 something. 0.3.7. Still in early access. Really? Well, okay, at least this run is bad enough that I can justify ending it. Dude, twice in a row. Man, I think I'll keep this going. Yeah, annoying, but I'll keep it going. Will I be getting ZA? I will not. I don't want to play modern Pokemon right now. Already a minute behind. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I just followed you on X and would appreciate if you could follow me back. Hold on, I gotta check. I don't see you recently following me on X, mister. Unless your name is Dax on X. It's a bot. I mean, yeah, obviously. Oh, he accidentally followed ZFG11. Oh, common mistake, of course. Everyone always follows ZFG11 by mistake. ZFG11 really exists. Look up ZFG11 on Twitter. Yeah, ZFG11 is actually my long-lost brother. Yeah, my IRL account. You follow ZFG11 on Twitter. Hope you're getting lots of high-quality tweets from that account. What's the easiest trick in this speedrun, excluding Hess and other common glitches? I mean, it's kind of hard to say the easiest glitch aside from the obvious. Is it more like, what's the easiest glitch that looks kind of hard, maybe? If we're talking easiest glitch that looks kind of hard, maybe the DC hookshot jump? That one's actually fairly easy. Well, the question was specifically besides the obvious easy ones, like the common ones. Dude, come on. Yeah, maybe dot skip. Dot skip is not that hard, but like, you kind of need a specific setup to know what you're doing, but it's pretty easy if you know. Dude. Grab the pot. I can't believe I just couldn't grab the pot. That would have been the best if I could actually grab the pot. Yeah, I saved a minute because my PB was bad. Could have saved more. Dude, the hardest thing in the game, avoiding the pole. I was hoping the pole was going to push me to the side. I am not going to throw this run and make it look like an accident. There will be no throwing. Oh, this is gonna be a best even with no double. My best split here must suck. And also my best split on the final split here is pretty bad. I can definitely get a best on like by like 30 seconds here, if it goes well. Okay, I am doing a new, slightly improved setup for the heap setup. This will be my first run with it. It should be fine. I did practice it a bunch. Should be good. Alright, I will not pause this time. Yeah, as long as the wrong warp goes well, should be good. Is it the credits? It is. There we go. I swear it's the credits. It'll look like the credits in a minute. It may not look like the credits now. So what's happening with this wrong warp is all that weird movement I did in Kokiri Forest was to point the game to say the cutscene that should play after the wrong warp is the Hyrule Field credits scene, where Link and Zelda are meeting in the sky. This is what that is supposed to look like, just a little bit different. But yes, this is record. Well, okay, it technically is not. So this credits thing is a little bit controversial. And there has been some discussion whether or not timing should actually end on this part of the credits, whether they should actually count. So right now, the leaderboards are actually not accepting runs with this yet. They're like being put on hold from being accepted. So yeah, we're in voting season again, or we might be into voting season. So technically at the moment, if I submitted this right now, it would not be accepted right away. In fact, my other runs with this have not been accepted yet. They're sitting in purgatory. So technically, officially, at least as far as the leaderboards are concerned, this is not record. But colloquially, as we generally agree, I guess it would be. Okay, and then here's the real credits. But yeah. Rule discussion fun. So record asterisk. Personally, I actually do not like this credits ending. I actually think it should not be allowed. So by my own opinion, this would not be record. But that may not end up being the way it goes. How does the 111 run end? Oh, the current record actually does almost the same route, except it just goes to Ganon instead of the credits. So it turns out going to Ganon is barely slower in this route because you save time from not having to do the awkward Deku Tree routing, like having to go to Deku Tree early on and then just leave, and also from not having to do the heap setup. And the wrong warp, like, it goes to Ganon's castle anyway from Deku Tree, so going to Ganon actually barely loses time. I think RTA timed it at like a 1.5 minute lost to do Ganon. So technically, like, when you take into account how much slower is RTA's run is still better, easily. But like I said before, I can definitely improve this a lot. Obviously want to get sub 110 and probably lower. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Oh yeah, and you don't have to farm in Lake... Oh, speaking of farming in Lake Hylia, this run had the worst Lake Hylia farming, I forgot. So that's cool. Also, this run was the run I had a terrible beginning, right? Yeah. Oh my god, this is so bad. Plus 20 at hover boots. How much was I behind best at? I was already a minute behind best. A minute and a half behind best at hammer. That's really bad. So early game can be improved a lot. Not sucking at bomb luck can be improved a lot. Also, I might switch to the no egg route soon. Actually, yeah, I might as well. Like, I think I'll still do runs. I'll do more runs today. Like, I'll take a break in a sec and do more runs. But I do think I should go learn the no egg route. Time to ditch the egg. But eggs are delicious. They are. 2 records in one day. I could definitely beat this again. Like, I mean, this run had plenty of mistakes. Beginning was trash. Bomb luck was trash. Spirit had that... I had no idea what happened in Spirit. That was so weird. I did win. But yeah, I'm pretty confident at this point I can get 108. I can definitely save a 1.5 minutes on this. Lava Leap look like without trade item? All it is you have to drop bugs and then frame perfectly open the door after dropping bugs instead of trade item. And then you have to do the first person hookshot jump that Count posted. The first person part isn't actually that bad. The bad part is more the frame perfect opening after dropping bugs. Back-to-back incoming, of course. Was this the run that failed dot skip? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I love getting records with failed dot skip. All my best runs happen when I fail dot skip. Is record possible with best segments? I'm not sure what you mean. Best segments is... I mean, the record... Huh? I mean, my best segments would also be record? Do you speak Braille? I speak Braille. I don't. I'm lying. Well, yeah, I mean, if you got all your best segments, then it would likely be record in most cases. But it's completely unrealistic. Chatters are swearing in Braille. Is it still Braille if it's in text? Would it be... I mean, I guess it's not the same as Morse code, right? Or is it? I'm pretty sure chatters are saying it in Morse code, not Braille, right? No, that's Braille, that's Braille. I guess Braille does have a text variant. I don't know, do I look like an expert in Braille to you? Actually, I am an expert in Braille because I learned Braille for Pokemon Gen 3 catching all the Reggies. That made me an expert on Braille. Yeah, I know Braille. I read the Pokemon Emerald strategy guide. Why did they do that? Honestly, looking back, as weird as it, like, it's, on one hand, it's really weird looking back that they did that. On the other hand, it's actually really cool. Like, I actually think it's a very interesting, mysterious way that they made it memorable and unique. You don't get that kind of, I don't know, unique mystery in Pokemon games nowadays. You just get given your shiny legendary through an event for free. There's no mystery. Yeah, I definitely actually translated the Braille. I actually got the Emerald Strategy Guide to look up so I could, because the Emerald Strategy Guide had a Braille translator, so you could look it up yourself. Although I think I probably also read it online. It was probably a mix of both. So I was also always a cheater. I mean, I literally got my start learning about glitches from a website called Cheat Planet. I was a regular to Cheat Planet. It was my favorite. I learned so much there. Yeah, Cheat Planet and GameFAQs. Spent many years there as a kid. No, it probably wasn't years. It probably felt like years when it was like 2 months. But I remember like refreshing pages and like every day trying to look and see if anyone added anything new to the cheats and glitches pages. You still use GameFAQs? Do people upload guides for like modern games nowadays? Like, can you go find what's a recent game? Can you go find an Elden Ring walkthrough on GameFAQs with like ASCII art at the top? Yeah, DK Bonanza, yes? Do people actually still do that? Oh my god. I'm gonna go read the Elden Ring GameFAQs guides. I know that the forums are still like semi-active. Occasionally, very rarely, I may need to go to like some games forums to try to look something up because it's impossible on Google nowadays. Although even then, they still seem like, you know, not active, but like, I mean, they're active, but they're not like speedy active. Dude, if he comboed me twice in a row, or twice in one day. Yeah, it honestly is impressive that GameFAQs still gets like decent traffic, decent activity. Especially because it hasn't changed its look in 20 years. It still looks exactly the same. Which honestly, respect. Oh, do they still have the daily polls on GameFAQs? Oh my god. I remember they always had the yearly game of all time, like best game of all time polls on GameFAQs, and I would always vote for OOT. And OOT would always win. And I would feel so superior to all the FF7 fans because it was always OOT and FF7 in the finals. Every single time. No, I have not played FF7. I do want to. I will play it eventually. Soon TM. Dude, there's nothing sadder as a kid than your memory card getting corrupted. It's the worst. Dude, why does this keep happening? Dude, where am I going? Where's my Uber driver taking me? Luckily, my PB was also bad here, for a different reason. No offense, you've been looking forward to my stream all day. I'm not sure how I take offense to that, but thank you. Can't believe I'm gonna record twice in one day. It is far too early to say anything like that. Be patient. Uh-oh. I knew it. Okay, it probably kills any chance of record. I can still save it, but really, Trollfish? I can't say for sure if that was the right frame. So, when you drop a fish... So, the entire reason you get a fish for this wrong warp is it 99% of the time you can recatch a fish from right where you drop it. But there's that small chance... It's not 99%, but close. But there's always a small chance the fish will jump just enough away from you that you can't recatch it from its initial drop position. And if that happens, then you sit there sad. What causes that imperfection? It's just that the fish jumps around randomly, and if it moves randomly enough in one direction, then you just can't catch it. It's just that its random movement is like fairly small, so it has to be like all in one direction. Record might technically still be possible, but I'd have to be basically perfect and probably get good luck with Twinrova also. We'll see what the split here looks like. I'm definitely saving time here, but not saving that much. Probably like 10 seconds. Okay, that will probably hurt the chances. Oh, where does this even take me? Right. Yeah, that probably kills it. Yeah, where the run literally died. Got up for water. I died to Nibiru Knuckle. I was just late on the roll. You have to bait it into attacking and then roll under it, and I was just slow. Now I heard the recent Taylor Swift news. I'm the biggest Swiftie you know. I kind of heard about it. I saw a tweet about it. Yeah, I'm such a big Swiftie, I can't believe it. Such crazy news. My feeling is that I have no particular opinion. Because actually, I'll let you guys in on a secret. I don't actually listen to Taylor Swift. And I am not a Swiftie. I'm a fake fan. And I do not particularly care. I know this might be a crazy opinion to have. Nice. That was my karma for saying I'm not a Swiftie. The Swifties came and patched my game mid-run. No, that was actually a fast fest. I just dropped it really quickly. Because the thing about that fest is you need to hold significantly outside of the ESS range at first and then quickly switch to regular ESS. And so it's kind of awkward to quickly do that switch safely. Thanks Hans Run for gifting a sub to Taylor Swift. I'm sure that's her real account. You missed the first record, can I do it again? Sure, just give me like an hour. Watch me do it again. Her real account is Taylor Swift 1. Wait, she has a 1 at the end of her name just like me? Oh my god. We're basically the same. We have so much in common. Okay, how about no more Taylor Swift talk? This has gone on long enough. Any new PBs this stream? Yes, in fact, I got a record. I got 1:10:32. Actually, I'll need to retime that. It was probably a 31, so I spilled late. Dude, are we still on the Swift stuff? Do we have true Swifties in chat that can't not talk about Taylor Swift? Change the topic to IQ. I love IQ. I didn't bring it up. You guys brought it up. Give a controversial Pokemon opinion. Yeah, essaying about Tears of the Kingdom and IQ. That'll fix chat. Or a controversial Pokemon opinion. What's a controversial Pokemon opinion? What's the hot Pokemon discussion going on right now? New games are so good. Yeah, praising Scarlet and Violet is a good way to start some essaying. Thoughts on new megas? They look eh. I don't care enough one way or the other. New Starmie mega is peak. Is it? Wait, did they show the actual one? I remember seeing like fan art of it, or like art based on a leak or something of it just having like long legs, like Starmie in high heels. Okay, yeah, I see it. It's weird. Patrick Star in fishnets. Oh my god, dude, it is. It's the Patrick in fishnets and high heels into a Pokemon. I accidentally did time stop. Can you not? Okay, there we go. Okay, this is a complete mess. This ain't MM, yeah. Accidentally thought I was going into Stone Tower. Is time stop even useful in OOT? So in OOT, it doesn't actually stop time. It's kind of just leftover named time stop because it was found in MM. It's only useful as a camera glitch. It does have one use in a different alternate way of skipping the Darunia cutscene in Fire Temple, but that's pretty much it. Only really if you need some kind of camera glitch. No, it's not a hard glitch, it's pretty easy. It's just, I have to do a glitch that's similar in inputs, where I have to shield, press a C button, and then hold target plus shield plus a C button, which is very similar to the inputs of time stop, and so because I just messed it up, I ended up getting it on accident from just trying to do it too fast. Do I like Legos? I mean, I did as a kid. I don't think I was that into Legos as a kid, but I definitely remember at least somewhat playing with them. But I wasn't crazy about it. The plural of Lego is Lego. Oh, we have a true Lego fan in here. When did I start speedrunning OOT? How long did I speedrun MM before stopping? I started OOT in 2006, 2007-ish from just... I was reading sites like Cheat Planet and GameFAQs that had glitches on them. And I was just interested in glitches in general. And then learned about using glitches to speedrun games. And I thought, oh, that's cool. And then got into speedrunning that way. I didn't really run MM until like 2012. No, I did like some minor MM stuff in like 2008 or something, but not that much. And I think I actually ran it in 2012 to like 14 on and off. But first cycle is just too much for me. I really do like MM speedruns a lot, but first cycle is one of the things that really hurts it for me. There's a few other things, like practice tools were also a lot worse for MM back then, which isn't quite the same now, but even practice tools are still better for OOT, but at least MM has some good ones. But that one also hurt my will to play MM. And also setups suck. But yeah, another thing that I didn't really like about running MM is that setups in MM just really suck compared to OOT. Like in OOT, you make a setup, that setup will work every time. In MM, you make a setup, it's kind of janky, it might randomly fail, just kind of weird. I don't know, OOT, I like my OOT consistency, but I mean overall, again, I still love MM, but that's why I generally prefer Rando to MM for MM, because for me, MM Rando kind of has everything I want out of MM without really losing too much compared to OOT, because like in OOT there's a lot you do in speedruns that you don't do in Rando, there's a lot you do in Rando that you don't do in speedruns, and so I like them both. For MM specifically, I feel like what you lose from not doing speedruns and just doing Rando is not that much. You especially lose first cycle, which is a great thing. And you don't need to do the like as precise tricks in MM Rando, which means the lack of setups isn't as important. But I'm kind of content on not really speedrunning MM and getting my MM fixed through Rando rather than speedruns. But for OOT, I like both. But there's my whole MM rant. Really? Oh, this might be weird. I had a feeling that might happen. This is so awkward. Dude? It's so weird how bad I've been at this particular section. Like just the section between hookshot and entering shadow is like never a problem section, but for some reason today it's been bad every time. Never could have thought I could lose this much time on the hover bridge split. Huh? I don't know what happened there. Well, I thought I saved it. Clearly I did not. Okay, yeah, now it's over. I'll do it once for practice. Yeah, at least I got a good run today. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked the new record asterisk. But I'm gonna be done for now. I'll go find someone to raid.